What's up?
Awesome. Thank you. We will go ahead and get started. We've got a couple of questions, I believe, from Kelly Kroll with Fox Sports Southeast.
Well, Coach, first of all, how nice was the day off, and what are you hoping to see from guys here tonight when they step on the floor?
Day offs are always nice, and, just learn. I think at any point during the year, we have an opportunity to learn. This was our first back-to-back, really our first game of I don't know what type of fatigue, but there was definitely some fatigue on the court, and just kind of learning how to rally in a game that you have to find a different way, a different form of grit to pull out the victory. And, we try to address some of that in the walkthrough, and we'll do some of that in the video prior to it. I think our guys will have energy. I think we'll be flying around again tonight and committed to the defensive end. But I really think our offensive energy and execution and playing in transition, I think that's where we're up 12 and we didn't have any fast break points, and that's where you can feel it. So just getting the energy back, having some fun, and doing what we do and try and move forward.
When you talk about learning, what did you learn, or what have these guys learned from watching any film on Randall? I feel like he's made quite a jump, at least to start the season pretty hot. What makes him so difficult to defend?
Well, I think because he's in different spots. He's probably their primary facilitator. They use him in transition after defensive rebounds. They use him setting or receiving the screens and pick and rolls, and they'll post them. And they post them to score, and they post them to facilitate. And so at that position, at that size, as a lefty, it's kind of an awkward position and guy to defend because he's a lefty playing facilitator. I think that's the biggest thing. We try to identify some of our matchups on him and some of the coverages in ways that we can be disciplined defending a guy like that.
And I'll just ask real quick, I haven't seen an update on RondoHerder tonight. Do you have any idea what their status is?
I think both are active. Rondo's going to go through some workouts and just kind of gauge where he is in terms of availability. Kevin's going through his workout, but I'm pretty sure he's active as well. He said he was fine and just going to test it out, make sure nothing was there.
Great. Thank you.
Sarah Spencer.
Will you use the same starting lineup?
Yes.
Thank you.
Jamila, do you still have a question? That was your question. Okay. Are there any additional questions for Coach Pierce? We'll go back to Kelly.
Sorry, Coach, one more. The other night, you kind of mentioned Kevin, just the job he's doing being in the right position, especially defensively, kind of setting the tone for you. Can you expand a little bit more on how he's improved in that area when it comes to –
Say that again. Sorry.
No, I know. I'm sorry. You said the other night about Kevin Huerter defensively being in the right position and kind of setting the tone for you guys on that end of the floor. Can you expand on how he's improved in that area?
Well, I think he's a smart player, for one. But I think the positioning allows you to make decisions and reads, especially on area passing, as a help defender. And I think he's just always in the right spot. He's done a good job of being in the right spot. And with his size and his length and his instincts, he's been able to get some steals. But more importantly, some of the stuff that doesn't show up, he's able to hold shooters that think they may have an open shot, just being a stunner and still being able to get back to his. There's some guys that are really elite on the basketball and some guys that show their worth and their value off the basketball. And I think he's doing a good job of showing his value off the basketball as a position defender.
Justin Felder from Fox 5.
Hey, Lloyd, going back to what you were saying about the energy on the offensive end, do you think that was a function of the back-to-back, or do you think it's all the different kind of preseason and lead up and just everything different this year?
It's easy to say it's the back-to-back, being that it was our first one. But I think there's a lot of reasons why. We started the fourth or the third, whatever that quarter, whatever that period was, and we got stumbled on one play and didn't really make the adjustment to move on. I know our guys were tired, but I thought there were some early opportunities to advance the lead in the second quarter that we didn't do. I thought there were some defensive efforts that we didn't commit to, and they got a couple layups. They hurt us with some effort plays. So it's a combination of things. I think the easiest way is to just say, yeah, it's a back-to-back, and we ran out of gas. I can tell our energy was low just because we weren't running and we weren't getting out in the open court. You know, we had 2 dunks and both were by Dre, but they were more, you know, kind of blown plays where their defense wasn't set and we were taking it out. I wouldn't say that was transition, but other than that, we didn't have many transition opportunities.
We've got 2 more, Coach. First from Kevin Chenard.
Hi, Coach. What are your hoped for objectives with the zone defense, and have you liked what you've seen so far?
I have. It's been a mixed bag. You know, a lot of the issues sometimes is we're trying to zone lineups that we think we can take advantage of against the opponent. And sometimes you want to zone with your own lineups and take advantage of our length. And so I think our best zone group, perception-wise, is having Dre at the top and Cam on the wing with some of our smaller guards and any of our combinations behind us, because we can cover a lot of ground. But we've been able to zone with some of our second unit guys. It doesn't have the same length, but I think we have more fly around ability. But you know, when you're doing the zone, different teams present different things. In the Brooklyn game, I think DeAndre Jordan ended up catching a pass right in the middle of the paint and created a foul opportunity. Clint was there, but the momentum, we didn't slow the roll down. But then the very next play, we get a steal in that same situation. So it's a little bit of a mixed bag right now. We're still learning the responsibilities and the movements. I think we've done a good job of being contained. We just want to take away everything.
Our final question will come from Serbia, and I apologize if I mispronounce the name, but I think it's Navosa.
Yeah, Nebush is here from Serbia. Coach, do you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes, thanks. Hi, just hello from Serbia. I just want to ask you something about Bogi. Can you tell me a few sentences about Bogdanovic, the first impression, what you expected from him? Did you get it something from the start and something else? Thank you.
Yeah, you know, I think I just sat and had a meeting with Bogey, and you know, as talented as he is and as good a shooter as he is and as hard a worker as he is, you know, he's shooting 40% from 3 early in the season, and I don't think he's gotten hot yet, which speaks volumes about his capabilities and how we can use them. And, you know, he's averaging close to 8 or 9 threes per game. So we're getting him some good looks. He's able to create some looks for some other guys. And I think he's starting to come around, and yet he's shooting 40%, which is a good number for most guys in the league. But I think for him, we expect more, and he expects more of himself. And, you know, really love the standard that he creates and sets for our team. But great addition. You know, we can play him with our starters. We can play him with our second unit guys. We can play him with the ball and off the basketball. So that versatility, that capability that he brings has been tremendous for us.